Hello.
Hello. We're back. They're here. It's us. We're Shelf-Possessed.
Hello. I'm David.
And I'm Craig. And it's October! We've been waiting. You can tell we have a special visitor behind us. Say hello to Michael. Michael's here. We also have another special guest, which you saw in the opening. This is Tina. Tina will be joining us for October. Do you want to say anything about Tina?
No.
She's right here. We're going to put her down behind us, but she's here for October for spooky season.
She's a little good luck charm.
Mm-hmm. We've had her for a little while, over a year. So This is Tina. Welcome back to our channel. We're so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you came back, that you're joining us. This is our October TBR video. Mm-hmm. And to celebrate, we are wearing our spooky shirts for our favorite slashers. I guess you can call Leatherface a slasher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have Ghostface, Leatherface. If you want to infer anything about our personalities from that, feel free. I'm sure you could. Yeah. So we are here to introduce the books that we are going to be reading for October and to share our surprise TBR books with you. We have a special plan this month. We kind of both know the genre and the style of the book that we're reading, but we may not know the title yet. So, yeah. And we'll explain that when we get there. So,
okay.
Are you excited to read this month?
I am looking forward to it. I will hopefully have a better time this month than last month. Yeah.
Yeah, last month was a little bit rough for you.
Rough being a very nice word for that.
Well, and this month you're reading in the genre that you really love, so you're going to have probably an easier time.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would
And
imagine.
I kind of left it open just a little bit, just in case I want to add anything else, just in case. So.
I was able to add last month, so this month I think I maybe not overdid it, but I picked books that were kind of within genre, but kind of some not, and so we'll see how I feel about them, and I might have to pick some more and add some more as we go. So,
okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Ready.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, the first one that I'm going to read this month is Louisa Morgan's The Age of Witches. I found Louisa Morgan about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I read her book, The Witch's Kind, and then loved that. And then I got A Secret History of Witches. This goes along with that, The Age of Witches. And I think a new one is coming out in February. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what that one's called. But she has a new book of witches coming out in February. So I've been sitting on this for close to about, I think, a year. I think I bought it exactly right after I was done with The Secret History of Witches, and I just knew that this was going to be the next one, and so I've been waiting a year to read this because I wanted to save it for Halloween. So, yeah.
Awesome. We have a whole stack of just witch books, books about witches, and I'm glad that you're getting into all those now. Cause
I might have a theme this month.
Yeah, maybe. My first one is actually kind of not necessarily in genre, but it fits kind of my style and what I'm excited about. And that is Lindsay Faye's The King of Infinite Space. I saw this book come up on my suggested books online, and I read the description, and I was like, what? Excuse me? So this is a modern, queer, magical fantasy thrilling take on Hamlet. So it's a retelling of Hamlet. It says, in this lush, magical, queer, and feminist take on Hamlet in modern-day New York City, a neuroatypical philosopher is caught up in the otherworldly events surrounding the death of his father. So there are some thrilling elements to it. There are some more kind of spooky elements to it. Some science fiction-y elements to it. So I'm super excited to kind of dive into this. I've never heard of this author before. I never read anything that they've read, but I saw queer, feminist Hamlet, and I was like, I'll read it. And you throw in like fantasy and science fiction to boot. So I was like, yeah, this works for October. Feels a little bit like, fall-ish. The cover looks very fall. So my first book is The King of Infinite Space by Lindsay Faye.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. My second book and last one that I'm picking for myself, at least for this month, is... can you see that? It's called The Torching. Look at that cover. We went to a used bookshop a few weekends ago, and we found a lot of great kind of
vintage horror
books, and we got a huge stack of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's also where we got our surprise books for this month as well. So yeah, it's another book about witches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a very witchy month.
What's the publish date on that book?
1992.
Yeah, that's right. Right in the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's a good choice.
But I love that cover. Look at that.
Half the reason we were looking for vintage horror was mostly because of the covers.
Yeah.
Yep.
We found some great ones too.
We did. Yeah. I'm excited to see of that stack that we picked up what he chose for me.
Just wait. You just wait.
There were some good ones in there.
Wait. I think with this surprise book for this month, I think we went based on covers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. For sure. I'm going to do my next two since he is basically done with his Until the Surprise. I also bought this book because it was on my suggested list, and I read the description, and I was like, okay, gothic horror thriller set in an all-girls school on a mountain in England. And I was like, done. That's Phoebe Wynne's Madam, and it is about they want our silence. They want our obedience. Let them see our fire burn. That's how it's set up. It's about a classics teacher who goes to an all-girls school, and some things start to unfold. There was a teacher before her who left on mysterious circumstances. The cover is like a school on a cliffside above the ocean, and I was like, yeah, this sounds really interesting, and I think it'll give me very dark academia, spooky vibes. So I'm excited to read Madam by Phoebe Wynne. That's my next choice. And my last choice for myself, we were at Barnes & Noble, and I was looking through the horror section, and this book there was like one of these left, and I picked it up, and I was like, well, that looks interesting. But there's I'm going to cover up the title because there is a possum on the... like a scary possum on the spine. And I was like, no, I'm good. And then I picked up and read it, and I was like, okay, I think I need to pick this one. So my next choice for myself is Slewfoot by Brom, and the subtitle is A Tale of Bewitchery. So I'm kind of feeding off of David's theme a little bit. But the description is Connecticut in 1666. An ancient spirit awakens in the dark wood. The wild folk call him father, slayer, protector. The colonists call him Slewfoot, demon, devil. So it's kind of a large book, and it kind of looks like a children's book a little bit.
Pretty.
Yeah, and it has a lot of illustrations and pictures in it, and I was like, there's some very, very frightening imagery in here. I was like, this is great. This is probably going to give me nightmares. So there's also that. Yeah. So I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to see what it is. It's not super long, and it sounds super interesting. It's about 300 pages, but there's some photos in there, and they're kind of large. So my last choice for myself is Slewfoot, A Tale of Bewitchery by Brom. I imagine that he might want to read this too.
I'm not really big on monsters.
It sounds like monster witch-ish things, but colonial vibes as well. So I've also said the word vibes like 15 times. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not usually the word I use, so that's very strange. So, all right, we've made it to that time, right? As David said, we went shopping at a used bookstore, and we picked up about 10 vintage horror novels, and we decided that our surprise books would come from that stack. So we would both kind of pick out novels, and then we pick one for the other person based on cover and content alone. So we've picked those books out, and we're just going to kind of slide them to the other person and let that be a secret. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. I'm going to close my eyes, put the book in my hand. There's nothing. I'm waiting.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm going to feel it first. No idea. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This was a book I found, and I was like, oh, I'm going to read this. And then I was like, well, we'll see what he picks. It is by Jack Scapparo, and it is called Hocus Pocus. I don't know if that's like fully...
Let it... There... Bring it back just a little bit. Bring it back.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know if you can tell, but it is a scary-looking clown with a skull face holding a bunch of different masks.
That's so good.
Yeah. Let's see. Published date on this one.
That cover's amazing.
1988.
Oh, so good.
So, this book is... Okay. It says Devil's Magic. Jenny wasn't like other children. Jenny could make the marionette hanging on her bedpost dance crazily, or the dishes clatter in the cupboard, or the water moccasins in the pond swim in figure eights. Just by focusing her thoughts, just by willing them to do what she wanted, whenever she wanted. Sometimes her secret power scared her. Some things happened that she didn't really mean to happen. Sometimes, when people made her mad, it might just be the last thing they ever did. ... Hocus Pocus.
Not starring Bette Midler.
No, but fitting. It sounds like a Firestarter style novel. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Hocus Pocus by Jack Scapparo. That's my surprise TBR choice. Okay. I can't wait. All right, are you ready? Close your eyes. Put out your hands. I'm gonna turn it this way so you guys can't see the title either. There you go. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I got David Robbins. Robin? It's the thing is. What is it? David Robbins. David Robbins. Prank Night. You can't really see that either. Look, there's
It's like a pumpkin.
Is it a pumpkin?
I don't know.
It looks like it's like a graveyard. I don't know if you can see that. It's like in a graveyard, but there's like a pumpkin in there with evil eyes. Prank Night. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, beneath sky pitch black and moon full bright lurks terror twice as dark as night. Nearly risen from the grave, hot, fresh red blood it does crave. Grisly death it brings the brave. The cowardly will rant and rave. Halloween is a time for fright, but madness stalks the gloom of Prank Night. Dying is no trick or treat.
I mean, it's perfect. It's set during Halloween. It's about pranks gone wrong. Mm-hmm. And there's a Halloween poem on the back. How perfect is that?
Then there's another one. Trick or treat, death is sweet. The dead shall rise, the living to eat. Born in hell, none shall quell the evil bred from man's death knell.
Wow. Poetic and scary. Published date?
94.
We're in the same, 1988, 92, 94. We're kind of in that same vein. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
That looks good. I'm going to read the Hocus Pocus one, too. So
I'm just going to hold that up next to.
There we go.
Those look great. Yeah. This has never been something that I've been, wanting to read. I've never said, oh, let's go back and pick up some vintage horror and see if it's good. But we were at that store, and there was just so many. There was a lot of things that looked like god-awful, but, there were some things just based on the covers alone. Mm-hmm. I was like, we have to read these. So we bought 10 of them. There's 3 in this pile, so there's, a bunch more for us to choose from. So I'm excited to kind of get into that.
I think it was weird checking out because we have 10, horror novels or vintage horror novels, and then a lot of Sandra Brown books.
Yeah,
so it's a good mix
some romance and some stuff. Yeah.
So,
well, this is our October TBR. This is exciting. I've been looking forward to October all year. I love this time of year. It's cloudy and rainy right now. It's about to get cold this week, so I am ready to put a fire in the fireplace, put some music on, and just read scary novels all month long. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of really cool things I think we're going to do in October. We have a 30-day movie challenge that we also do in October. So we try to watch a horror movie every night. We've talked about some themes where we might do a month of sequels and watch all sequels all month long. So we'll probably share some of what that looks like too. We'll probably share our horror movie list with you as well. Mm-hmm. And we also have some cool stuff. Some book recommendation videos based on our favorite slashers, based on our favorite horror films. So we're gonna keep it really spoopy this month. So
spoopy?
It's my favorite way to say spooky is spoopy.
Spoopy.
Spoopy. I get so excited in October, and I just get nothing but judgment from this one, you know. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming up for you. We hope you'll join us for that, and come back, and maybe we'll do a vlog about our vintage horror novel reading, and we'll kind of give you our thoughts as we're reading them. So that'll be our first real vlog this month, or this year, I guess. Really
our first.
Yeah. So to review, you want to talk about your 3 books first?
Yeah. I have, the first one is going to be The Age of Witches by Louisa Morgan. And then the next one is going to be The Torching by Marcy Heidish, which is another great cover. And then Craig picked for me David Robbins' Prank Night.
I am reading Lindsay Faye's The King of Infinite Space. I am reading Phoebe Wynn's Madam. I am reading Slewfoot by Brom, A Tale of Bewitchery. And then David's surprise choices, Hocus Pocus by Jack Scapparo, for my last choice. So those are our TBRs for October. What are you reading for Spooky Month? What scares you? What are your favorite horror novels? Put them below in the comments. We need recommendations because we read horror and thrillers all year long.
All the time.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of surprised that we didn't go the opposite route and choose a thing that we don't read all the time. But here we are. Yeah. So tell us below what you like, what you're reading this month. What gets you into that fall mood? What kind of books do you really love that, bring up autumn for you? So tell us below in the comments. And if you haven't, like the video, subscribe, share it with friends and family, and we hope that you'll, come back and join us for all the kind of cool stuff we're going to do in October. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
It's here. We're doing it. I can't wait. So thank you for coming. We are Shelf Possessed.
I am David.
And I'm Craig.
And
that's Tina. And that's Mikey. They're here to watch us all month. So we hope you'll come back. Follow us on Instagram. See more of our spooky stuff. Where can they find us on Instagram?
You can find us at shelf_possessed.
And we hope that you enjoyed this video, and we will see you very soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.